Last year, I reviewed the game Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Now, let's talk about the first of its sequels, Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Big Thieves! Entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, back again with another video game review. This time around, it's going to be on another favorite of a game from my days of PlayStation 2. And this time, it's going to be on another big furry critter. After getting to Ratchet and Clank, I got into playing Sly Cooper. I beat the first game in no time, but it took me some time to beat this sequel, even though despite I couldn't find it at first and got the third one, which I'll talk about in the next video. But when I got this game, I realized this was just so awesome. So now, without further ado, I bring to you Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Sly 2 Band of Thieves is a platform stealth game published by Sony Computer Entertainment America and developed by Sucker Punch. It was released on the PlayStation 2 in September of 2004 and would be released the following month in other countries. Okay, yes, I was right. It was actually released in Europe the following month. Anyway, this is the second game of the Sly Cooper series of video games. Now, this game received critical acclaim and is often considered to be one of the greatest PlayStation 2 games of all times. Yeah, I could have said that better myself. I absolutely love this game. This ranks as one of the great PlayStation 2 games I played alongside, well, the Ratchet and Clank sequels, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but although I now like the PS3 version, and the X-Men Legends games and Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Anyway, I think this was exceptionally, really, really cool. Now, the game has a variety of changes, particularly in level design. Now, unlike its predecessor, there are many changes. Not just the level design, but the ultimate goal is to acquire clockwork parts, one or more of which can be found per world. Also, unlike the original, Sly 2 features a health meter for all characters, replacing the charm system of the first game. Now, you don't just get to play as Sly, you also get to play as his two colleagues, Bentley and Murray. It also takes several attacks to defeat guards. Other changes include missions where the player controls Bentley or Murray, who have their own unique skills and are able to do much more than in the previous game. However, Sly remains the main character despite these changes to character roles. Skills can be unlocked by opening safes in each world, as the previous games allowed collecting clue balls, but skills may also be acquired by collecting coins and purchasing them from safe houses via ThiefNet. Now, the premise, like its predecessor, it's a stealth platform action adventure game. Now, it follows Sly and the gang who try to collect pieces of the robot owl that was destroyed in the first game, which was Clockwork, and they have been stolen from the Interpol police department by Claw Gang. Its members using them for illegal get-rich schemes. Now, also, unlike the first game, it's more of an open world game. And, well, now in each episode, now also unlike this, it's more longer, but I'll get to this in a moment. The gameplay in this game is also freeform, where the player can perform other activities such as looting from guards from the mission currently assigned. This differs from the first game where the player only controls Sly to get to the end of each level. Many heists only require one character, but some are collaborations. Examples include Bentley jumping into Murray's arms in order to be thrown onto a tower's ledge, or Sly stealing keys from a truck for Bentley to drive. Well, I think you get the idea. Anyway, once you complete those heists, it'll build into one large heist. But however, Sly's little love interest, Inspector Carmelita Montoya Fox, is continuing to try and catch the gang. Similar to its predecessor, the game opens with a intro level and will end with a little cutscene of Carmelita chasing Sly. Yes, she's now assisted by Constable Neela, who grew up poor in New Delhi before using persuasion skills to enter and garner high grades at a British university. Interpol recently hired her to use them for infiltration into criminal institutions. And the Contessa, a leading prison warden and criminal psychologist, has also been hired by the police department for her hypnotherapy techniques, which have been successful in the incentivizing criminal behavior. The game is double the length of its predecessor, lasting 8 stages and 5 worlds. Each world has a Claw gang member leading a criminal organization or family within it as its boss. Now, you first start with that first stage or first episode, like in the first game, because after each intro, it starts out by like the first game shows just Sly Cooper, but then it shows Sly Cooper and the gang in. The first episode is called The Black Chateau. They first encounter Dimitri, a celebrity in the underworld Paris, forging popular paintings in revenge to classmates that criticize his works done at his art college. Yeah. He would become part of the series after this. Then afterwards, after you defeat him, the rest of the game, except for the last chat episode, are formed of 2 stories. Next, Rajan, a tiger born poor in India, has committed to a life of crime throughout his whole life, such as working for the Claw Gang in order to increase his standing in the nation's social hierarchy. How you say it? And you'll face him in episodes 2. Well, in episode 2, Starry Eyed Encounter, and episode 3, The Predator Awakes. After that, you'll find out after you defeat Rajan, well, slight spoiler, Neela turns against you and you're caught. Thus giving Bentley having to break the gang out in episode 4, Jailbreak, and then to episode 5, A Tangled Web, where you will confront the Contessa. The next, episode 6, which is He Who Tames the Iron Horse, and episode 7, Menace of the North Day, is where you'll face Jean Bizon, who is in Canada extracting natural resources such as chopping down trees to tame the wild north, and utilizes a train system spanning across the nation's plains to import goods for the Claw Gang. He had previously been frozen for 100 years as a result of an avalanche he faced while taking opportunity of the Klondike Gold Rush, thus alienating him from society. Now, new elements have been added to this. Guards now pop out at random moments and execute 1 or 2 types of behavior depending on the geometry of the part of the level they are standing on. They also have more advanced AI, being able to climb up pipes, meaning Sly can still be hit by them even when already on a rooftop. Additionally, the guards do not catch the player character simply by seeing them, but rather if a display on the screen and sound cue indicates it. Enemies include the boars in Paris and elephants in India. Now, Sly, Bentley, and Murray have different abilities that the task required utilization of 1 or more of. Bentley, who plans missions, of course, and contributes technical skills of the group follows a more cloak and dagger approach to stealth. He can't climb poles or jump very far, but he is equipped with a sleep dart crossbow and countdown bombs to defeat enemies or sabotage enemy equipment. Bentley can use his computer skills to hack villains' computers, bringing the player to a top-down shooter-like minigame. Most of them are pretty simple, but some are real tricky and kind of might be frustrating parts. Murray serves as the game's brawn, of course, with punches and belly flops. His brute strength allows him to take on groups of strong enemies by himself with powerful hooks and uppercuts. He can pick up objects and enemies to throw, and his thunder flop attack can stun and destroy enemies. His strength allows him to help the game with heavy duty tasks. Unlike the first game, where a life is lost if Sly was noticed by a guard or injured once, the game provides the playable character multiple hit points. Each character has a health bar and a special bar. Health is diminished every time you get attacked or hit a hazard. If it's depleted entirely, the player must restart any current mission and respawn at another location. The orange special bar depletes whenever a character uses a power up. If it hits zero, you can't use it anymore. Some power ups are required in order to complete certain missions. Both bars can be refilled by a pickup health bar pickups, which are in the form of a red cross. Now, Murray has the most health, while Bentley has the least. Now, missions are now connected to a main hub of the locations line the game are operating, which is a safe house located in the hub, which is where the player can choose which character to use and get away from pursuing guards. The hub can range from a city to a lumber camp in the wilderness. Now, characters can explore the hub world freely or begin missions at certain locations. You can also collect clue balls, like I mentioned, which you can use for a big save where you can get a special move for Sly. Now, one can also be used for both Sly and Bentley, which is a more longer toss. You also get some other special power ups, including, let's see, an electric charge for his cane, or a music box move, which can use can be used to put enemies to sleep, and other things. Sly can also detect points at which a new heist begins when an interactive mask, of course, that's his binocular. Now, Sly has new moves too, such as sneaking behind two enemies to kill them in one combo move that involves a throw and pickpocketing. Which that's really cool, which you can collect anything. It just depends if anybody's got a little shiny in their pocket. Now, it might be you'll start out with getting coins, but then you'll get some other valuable things such as rubies, rings, diamonds, gold bars, or gold nuggets, or I don't know, what have you. And you can sell that back at the safe house for a bunch of coins. Most power ups and extra moves are now bought from the safe house instead of being found in safes. Using collected coins, Sly can buy power ups for each character from an in game online store, ThiefNet. Now, you have, like, for example, the store has smoke grenades that cost 300 coins. The new moves cost more than 1,000 coins. Now, you can get almost anything. Like maybe a paraglider. You'll need that for later on. Bentley can get a hover pack to fly and an adrenaline rush that can increase your running speed. And there are explosives for jump attacks and other things. Let's see. And Murray can really get some pretty tough, pumped up power and what have you, including maybe a flame hit attack with his fist. Anyway, from what I've seen of this game, you really get to enjoy it. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. In the last episode, which is Anatomy for Disaster, we encounter the final member of the Claw Gang, Arpeggio, who frequently attends opera houses in London and is inspired by his inability to fly to develop his skills as a mechanic and serves that role for the gang. Anyway, now you know. But as for Clockwork, well, I won't give you that. Just play the game and what have you. I think you'll really like it. Anyway, it was so incredible. It was one of the three games Sony published as part of the 2004 holiday. Others include Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, which I recently did a review of, and Jack 3, the third installment of the Jack and Daxter series, which is fun, but I've had trouble with that series though. But anywho, this game got a ton of good reviews. I mean, it received a runner-up position on GameSpot's Best Platformer Award category across all platforms, but lost to Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Four players enjoyed the game's quiet, acrobatic elegance that is second to none to other platformer games that were generally more noisy in personality, such as the third Ratchet and Clank game, and they called the level design the best they have been seen in a while, and appreciate the freedom of choice, where you have your goal in mind without dead ends. You can let off steam in the sea as you wish, change characters, buy items, and also go on a treasure hunt away from the story. Yes, you can also collect items along the way as well, but you gotta make sure you get them back without hitting an enemy, or else you will have to go back and collect them again. That also goes for booby trap items. If you see one with a flashing light on it, then that means it's a booby trap, and you have to get back to your safe house within the time limit, or you're toast. Also, the storytelling for this was absolutely real good. The humor as well. It was highly thought by viewers who noted the charm and twist and described the experience as interactivity with a cartoon, specifically an animated film or a show on Cartoon Network. Which, yes, I really enjoyed that. Anyway, we had we have such a fun time. Well, by we I mean me and other gamers who have played this game really got a good kick out of this game. I think this is probably the best of the Sly Cooper games, in my opinion. Let me see here. I'll give you a wee bit of a look at it. Here's a freeze frame here. It slides. Guys can. Well, you see the blue auras under the table. You can crawl under tables to overcome the laser fields, which I think that was awesome. Yeah, you'll get to see all sorts of things. If you want to take a look at this game, there are some gameplay vids of walkthroughs on YouTube, so you might want to check this out before getting into it. The game is available if you can find it for a reasonable price on PlayStation 2. It's also on the Sly Collection on PlayStation 3, which I do have after I sold my PS2 games, except for a few weren't in their original cases. But even so, I think Sly 2 was really, really something. Now, Kevin Miller, Matt Olson, and Chris Murphy all return as Sly, Bentley, and Murray. Alicia Glidewell voices Carmelia this time, and same with Neela. So, anywho, yeah. Unlike the first game, this is the only Sly game I can actually complete 100%. It was also one of the first games I actually managed to get a platinum trophy on PlayStation 3, which that was really good. I was very proud of myself for that. Mm-hmm. So I definitely would recommend you check out Sly 2 Band of Thieves. I think it's the best game in the franchise, and that's no lie. There would be a third game to come out the following year, which I'll talk about in the next video. So what did you think of Sly 2 Band of Thieves? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And next time, I'll be bringing to you a review of Sly 3 honor among thieves. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you'd like to check out my reviews for some of these other fun-filled games, I'll go ahead and leave them separately from my playlist I've done, the Ratchet and Clank series. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the first Ratchet and Clank game, or if you would like, go see my review of the second game, Going Commando, which was pretty good. Well, I won't include the third one because it did get released the same year. But if you would like something else, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of the first game of this series, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.